Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as the German Empire, and last time around we took Belgium. However, the Belgians are not very happy with that, and it looks like they're about to cause a revolution, they're trying to rise up. Armies are gonna spawn again in the field, and we're gonna have to defend Belgium against them. Or we're gonna have to defend Brussels, the capital, against angry Belgians. At the same time, we got a lot of other problems going on. The Russians on the Eastern Front and so on, but one of the most pressing one is that the bug has reappeared. My core income has once again been reduced to 0. It seems to be, I think it's to do with just this specific campaign, because I thought, oh, I'll try to just redo the campaign from the start. However, as you know, we had a very, very deadly naval battle, and it's quite hard to replicate that. And I wasn't happy with the results of trying to replicate that, but I was able to. The income seemed to have been fixed in doing a new campaign, but too much would alter from what is currently going on, so we're just gonna take this as another addition to the difficulties that we have facing us. So we'll have to work around it for now until we might be able to fix it at some point, give a more permanent fix to this problem. With that said, this is right after the last episode, so I haven't end turn, but we have to do some changes here with kind of a new overall strategy. I am going to have to reduce quite a bit on the Navy, and also change a few other stuff on the Navy. One of the things that was changed with the latest update was how it works with stacking on different types of trade routes here. So I've been, as you normally do, you stack onto the most valuable resource. However, the multiplier makes it so that if you stack a lot of ships on multiple areas, or the similar area, that there's such a reduction in what extra money you actually make. So at this point, actually looking closer into the trade, we can see that wheat is actually, at this point, more valuable than the cotton. So I'm going to send one ship over to the wheat, and we're going to see what happens to the price. So before this, cotton was at 26 and wheat was at 35. Now wheat has lowered to 31 and cotton is at 29. So at this point, I think it's safe to say that if I move this one, then cotton's going to reduce back to what it had before. So I think it might be better just to send this one, the fourth one, to lumber. And in that way, I'll be able to extract maximum income. Sort of. Best way would actually be to sink the Norwegian ship and get at least one or two. Have 2 on copper, and then 1 on cotton and 1 on wheat, as it were. Currently, you can see that I could move one ship over to wheat, but I don't think we would make that much more. As you can see, the price difference there isn't that great. But I'm sure that I was able to increase the trade here a bit due to this. Once we get the fourth one onto lumber, I think we'll change it more. As with this, we currently have the taxes drawn up to max, but we're still losing quite a bit of money. So that needs to change, and unfortunately, this navy is gonna have to be reduced. And I the thing, yeah, we're actually gonna have to remove all of it. I'll save tons of money through that. I actually saved 2,000. So now we're going plus 400. But, I mean, when I say we go plus 400, we still have to keep in mind that we're looting our own provinces right now. I'm taxing them so high that we're reducing the overall growth of these regions, that we're actually minus. So wealth is being drained from all these regions. And that means also that we're gonna have to be going very hard on expansion. Otherwise, we'll end up just dying because the enemy will outproduce us in terms of arms and or troops, and we will simply be starved out very early in the war. But I think we've got somewhat of a functioning state right now. But we'll see how this progresses. Right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end turn, and what I'm hoping is that these Russian armies combine and attack us over here, and so that we can get in one fell sweep, get all of these. Worst case scenario is they don't actually advance at all, and they wait for this one to come in and reinforce them. In which case, I don't really see how I could win against. That would be what? 46 Russian units bearing down on my army, which is only 12. That's a big difference there. So as soon as possible, this one should move in, pick up this army, and bring it to the Eastern Front as soon as possible. I was gonna bring this one, but it's marching so slow across the continent that we're not gonna make it. With all of that said, I think you have a good understanding of what's going on. And yeah, let's end turn and see what the enemy does in response to all of my moves and so on. We've got a letter of demand from the Belgians. We've got riots. They destroyed the college, unfortunately. Ancillary gain. Dead parrots. Dead parrot. Morale in battle lost. Okay. We'll go to port to bury the dead parrot. We've got a port and railroads being built. I'm loading the entire army onto ships. And we're gonna head east. It's gonna take them 1, 2, 3, 4 turns until we're able to land. As I am planning on doing the Eastern Front battle for this episode, I am just gonna push some enemies away. I'm gonna make a line here. So that should be fine. At the same time, I really kind of want to get to Marseille. Kind of looks like an outer assault, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and quick save just in case. Yeah, we only lost about 300 men. Okay, so if I loot it, I get 5,000. But the region wealth is predicted to be 305. Basically nothing. So it's better to occupy because they're not going to be that angry actually at us. And I'll be able to extract wealth through taxing. Novice, strategist, and steady under fire. Good. Problem here is I'm kinda low-key expecting the Italians to just now join the war then on the enemy side. With that, I'm making 1,300, which I could possibly start to see or start to loosen up the amount of what's it called? the amount of tax that I have on my peasantry. But just not yet. Ah, here is a mistake that I've made. These guard infantry units should be moving east immediately to join in. There's no point in holding them in the capital. If I could, I want to reduce as much dead weight as possible. So these two are going to go. It's going to save me 200. That's about 100 each for those two. This area is very unhappy. And it seems that I need at least... I need both units. Would be nicer though if I could... Oh no, I made a mistake here then. I should have moved the Bavarian troops over here. And then I would have been able to save by removing the cavalry. It's nice though that I was able to take this. That's 0 cost in repair. I like that. 1200 for this. Yeah, that's okay. I am making a little bit money, but all of that is of course drawn directly from the wealth of regions, so we don't want to be too I don't want to spend all this money like it's regular income. That is good, that is good. Hopefully we'll be able to push here, but not this turn around. The Russians unfortunately did not take my bait, so we're gonna have to fight them here. It's gonna be a rather nasty fight. They've got a full stack and I've got just about little over a half stack. It's gonna go ahead and attack. Ooh, 5 units of artillery. And I knew they were going to outnumber me, so they outnumber me by 1,000 men. That's quite a lot, but the worst thing is the artillery. The artillery is going to be the nasty thing here. And that's really going to screw with me and my deployments here. We'll have to march in, see where on the battle map we end up, and figure out our strategy from there. We have to stop them, otherwise Königsberg will fall, and I'll lose even more money. We cannot lose anything, we just need gains. We just need gains, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, let's stop the Russians in the east. It seems we are completely unable to escape the pouring rain. This is the 3rd battle in the series, and the 3rd one it's raining at. Although it looks like it's clearing up. The sun is actually making an appearance for once. My plan is quite simple. The enemy has advantages in everything. They have more artillery, they have more cavalry, they have more infantry. We must neutralize it somehow. The idea is, I also love the map, just real quick here. Look at how many villages and how many houses they're able to occupy and stuff like that. It's a really cool place. Anyways, I wish I could use it though. I mean, artillery would turn this into rubble in seconds. Anyways, the plan is, I've got my infantry here behind cover. As soon as the match starts, I will actually pull them back. That will force the enemy artillery to come as close as possible to my artillery. And then I can return fire and hopefully destroy them before they are able to fire back at me. I'm not entirely sure that that's going to be work out that way, so I have my Jaegers and my Dragoons ready to pounce in on them. And then for neutralizing the infantry, I have a 2-step plan. Obviously, behind cover, my infantry will take less casualties, and so we'll be able to neutralize some of the Russian numbers. Some of them, undoubtedly, is going to get shot up by artillery. But then I also have the plan where why I placed the defensive position behind the village. As we can see, the range of my riflemen just go to the edge of the village. The idea is that the Russians will move through, and they will kind of clump up as they move through certain areas here or around this corner. Or maybe not move through at all, which means that like, not their full size of units will march through. Which means we'll be able to level more guns against the enemy. So that's my plan. Let's see if that works. So, first step, of course, is to pull back the infantry and get them out of harm's way. Next thing is to see if we can shoot the enemy artillery. Now, I'm kind of hoping these guys will kill themselves crossing the barrier here, but they seem to be very gingerly crossing it. So it looks like... And also it seems like when they're crossing at an angle, they're not getting destroyed, but if they cross directly over... So it could have been actually better to position my artillery in a way that would have gotten their artillery to move straight across. They're actually already deploying a few guns over here. I'm hoping it's not because they're seeing anything they can actually fire upon. Hopefully they're just the AI... Oh, this one's lost a gun, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like seems like they have they deployed early. That was the mistake they made. So 3 guns deployed too early, which means the guns that are remaining here... Oh, we're already destroying stuff, although it's a pile of sticks in this case. Kinda want to hit these around the enemy cannon. The explosive cannon is really what is going to do them in a proper way. And it looks like this one is definitely moving into destructive range. Okay, so this cannon... You know what? We need to focus everything on the enemy. See if we can't blast the cannons to bits while we have the advantage here. So we're already taking some crew off it. I'm hoping the explosive is gonna land here and do some good damage. The enemy is pushing back fire. And the thing is, now they're gonna push fire on to my artillery, which I'm not too happy with. So, at this point, I'll actually order my infantry once more back onto the position. I think I could sneak bypass them this way. And then... I don't know if I dare move the cavalry too much. We'll just move them slightly. So we have lost a bit of troops on our artillery as well. I'm hoping to actually destroy cannon. This one's not... We're not doing too hot with the explosive shots against these guys. They deployed just out of range of us, it seems. And I guess I'll have a better time actually target the enemy infantry. This gun we're actually doing quite a bit at. The other two not so much. Ah. Now they've realized the mistake and they're moving forward the other 3. And I was not able to do that much on the first cannon, so I'm not super happy about that. Also, the enemy has moved for... You know what? With them moving their artillery now, I should be able to move the cavalry further in here. And I should be able to get closer here. One thing that I might want to aim for is the enemy's cavalry. Because that's going to stop my cavalry from destroying them. So like this unit, the Lancer unit here. Looks like this one's moving. Is he going to explosive rounds on that one right now? Yeah, all of this setting up right now, that's a big yikes for me right now. Yeah, this is what I wanted, but for infantry. They're gonna get trashed by my troops, so maybe not that much of a point to fire at them right now. This one cannon is gonna continue firing over here. Yeah, they were completely murdered by the rifles. So far I haven't lost that much infantry, but I know saying that is probably gonna incur a lot of losses. So far we've only lost about 21 infantry, which isn't that bad. currently they're still just... These aren't actually firing, which I like. So they... Yeah, again, the AI's kind of screwed himself over. But I need everything I can get. We have another cavalry moving through. And getting destroyed by our rifle fire. Absolutely murdered, that's good. I'm still... There's supposed to be more units, right? Ooh, we're doing great damage on these guys now. They've only got one gun trained on us. The light infantry should make their way towards these cannons right now. Where is the rest of their cavalry? Have they used all? I've only seen 2 units die. And that can't be all of it. 75, 100. Let's fire on some units that have more troops in them. As it is, the village is actually splitting the infantry attack in 2. So that's pretty good. The explosive isn't really hitting. Oh, looks like they're about to move up these guys again. Which is the perfect time to spring these 2 into action as fast as possible. Oh, would you look at that? My Jaegers are being stopped by a stupid rifle unit. I think there was a hidden unit there. Something got a chevron. At the same time, the enemy is marching through here, getting absolutely destroyed. This is a wonderful position if they're gonna stop. Yeah, they're stopping right on the top of each other. They need to be hit. I'm gonna target these guys heavily. Yeah, they're reforming their... My cavalry is not quick enough. But we're coming up right from behind the cannons. So I'm hoping this will work. And also I can't see enemy cavalry units coming in to defend, so that's good. Absolute destruction for the few units that are coming through here. Ooh, we even destroy a house. But soon these units are now coming in. Target them.
Sir,
I want to see cavalry.
Our general is under attack.
Cavalry was able to make a shot. And the enemy isn't really able to do anything. But I think this cannon thinks that it's going to. I'm gonna line them up here and fire at them. I don't know the melee capability of the dragoons that much. Are the Russians are trying to charge us, or what are they doing? Because of the difficulty, the Russian infantry is basically, well, all enemy infantry really. Oh, you're gonna let them come at us if you don't stop them fire. Oh, he rallied the bastards. The enemy general is close enough to rally them. Where's my general? I need to rally my troops if we are to have a massive melee here. Local superiority of our troops should win the day. Let's just go ahead and see. Yeah, the cavalry is doing fine. Shooting down the enemy cannons. I'm focusing on the troops on the right. My general is now here to support. Tell him to hold fire though. Yeah, they were all killed. Nice. Return to your positions. Now you might have said holding that and firing on them would probably have worked out better, but as you saw, for some reason my guys were repositioning themselves in an odd way, and I imagine the AI would have screwed it up if I told them to attack. So it's better to do a decisive move by actually charging the enemy. My dragoons, I've given them plenty of opportunity to kill all of these by shooting them down, but they have not been able to do that. So Jaegers 72, 41, and that's even aid of the cannons, which I'm now gonna lend full aid to. Look at the morale of the oh. We've lost one trooper, and the morale went down pretty poorly for the dragoons. It's taking quite a while to take out these artillery pieces. It's probably because the enemy general is still alive. He's coming in. I'm gonna move the cavalry back again. And we're gonna set... You know what? Maybe I should have dismounted them here instead. I think that would have worked. Once he turns around, once they turn around there and shoot the enemy general, it's gonna be, as they say in the movie industry, all ogre. But they decide to shoot at something completely different, or... No, they are actually shooting at him. Right. The enemy Streltsky are dead. With that, the artillery are free to fire that last one. Every single one of the troops fired at that one. Right, Jaegers come into range. This should be blasted to pieces now, then all my artillery would be focusing on this area. We don't seem to have lost that many men. So I'm pretty happy with the result as it is now. Yeah, at this point we should probably dismount the troops. And have them fight on foot. Hurry! Into line! Fire! And the Jaeger's gonna hold there. I bet the what is the accuracy of these guys? 58. And the Jaegers have 63. Plus artillery fire. Surprised more of these haven't died. We're getting a lot better reload rate once these guys are dismounted. Plus, they're also... They get a lot more... Not necessarily protection, but what happens is they become a smaller target when they're not on their horse. When they're on their horse, they're a big target, they're very easy to hit, and that's why the cavalry gets slaughtered in a way that other units don't. Wonderful here, the dragoons are able to be used in the dragoon fashion. And we have seen off the first Russian attack, but there's another one to come, and then the smaller one as well. So, Eastern Front is definitely not secure as of yet, but we did a great job here, with hopefully quite few casualties, what I can see. 2 units that lost half, but that's about it. Pretty darn nice. And here we have the actual results. And we can see that we only lost 300 men in this out of our 1600. And the enemy lost everything except 46. So we did really well at holding off the Russians. A lot better than I expected, and probably actually the best result we have had as of yet. Other armies have lost quite a lot. The cannons actually survived that. I'm hoping an outer assault does not go into absolute shit here. We'll see. I'm gonna risk it, and we'll see. Okay, so just that one killed 235 of my men. That wasn't great, was it? But it, I mean, it reduced. I don't have to play it, so that kind of is a bonus. General, he gets confident general. Now, of course, my warehouse is open to attack, but we don't have to replenish that much for the army. At this point, though, I think it's time to retreat back to the regional capital and await this full stack. Once the Russians come with the next one, one thing I need to watch out as I approach with my navy is my navy isn't built up really. So I might have to drop it off a lot sooner than I want. Just because, I mean, we have had to destroy so much of our navy. We only have these 2 ships. And even if the Russians don't have a mighty navy to come at us, it doesn't take a lot to break down the ships that I have here, because I mean, this one only has 5 cannons left. And that's not very great. But otherwise, it looks to be going pretty good. We've got Marseille. He's not going to be unhappy for too long. I'm taxing that, so that's good. Hopefully I will be able to sweep the enemy away here. We've got enough troops to come in to support the Belgians against... What I should actually do is, this guy has way too many guns to begin with. I should send these 2 down here. But first we deal with the revolt. So, yeah. Even though the economic situation isn't that great, it's looking up for us still, with a good battle in the east and good battles in the west. And with all of that, I'll go ahead and end the episode right here. And I say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Now they must break! Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.